All right, welcome to Utilizing Milk in Holiday Cooking and Gifting. It's brought to you by PMJS. And my name is Hannah Isaacson, and I will be presenting. I'm super excited about this topic because I love food and I love holidays, and the combination is even greater. So just to start out, a little bit about our mission and an introduction to PMJS. If you're not familiar with us, mini jerseys are first and foremost dairy cattle. So why are so many of them composites of dairy and beef breeds? It's easy to use Galloway or Dexter cattle to reduce height, but it comes at the expense of dairy traits. In over 30 years, mini jerseys hadn't moved away from crossbreeding. Working together, we can identify and utilize the purest genetics with breed-based representation testing. The Purebred Mini Jersey Society wants to connect mini Jersey owners who breed for pure Jersey traits in their mini jerseys. It's our mission to provide resources to breed each generation of purebred mini Jersey dairy cattle better than the previous one through education, mentoring, and community. It's time to look to the future and breed back to proven Jersey DNA purity. All right, a little bit about me. I almost took this picture off and used another one, but I thought it was so real, I had to keep it. And it was taken when we attended the NPLC conference this year. Like it said, I'm married to my best friend Ben. We live in Northwest Georgia. We're actually in the Chattanooga Valley, so we could be considered Tennesseans as well, I guess. But I love to be outside and work in the garden, and I love my cows. This year we got two um, calves, both boys, unfortunately, but we just found out that we're expecting another calf of our choice coming in the spring, and we're really hoping for a heifer, and I'm so excited to hopefully maybe get a more miniature sized Jersey. And that's a little bit about me. All right, so to start off with, we're going to go through a few things, meals and main dishes and sides, some desserts, things that you can use in your holiday cooking. And then we'll talk a little bit about gift giving, which is my absolute favorite, and some about what gifts you can ship, some we know we can't. So what are the most optimal gifts for shipping? And then, of course, we're going to talk about gifts that we like to receive. I already have an ongoing list. All right, so recipes and holiday cooking. I am a planner, and I'll be the first to say I am always keeping lists, and that keeps me sane. And in our family, we thrive on lists. But especially for holiday cooking, I keep notes in my phone, and I list what we had the last year for our festivities and what worked and what didn't, and what I want to use again. And then right about this time of year, I start looking at it and deciding. And for me, it's having really good food and wonderful traditions for my family, but still being able to spend a lot of time with my kids and my husband and not be in the kitchen all day. For someone else, it might be entertaining. I'm not at that phase of life, but I totally get it. So making a list, checking it twice, it makes sure that nothing is missed. And also it helps keep you on a budget, which I think is super helpful. So special holiday meals, they take a lot of thought. We can grow and preserve our food, prep family favorites, and that's something that we also gift is when we preserve our food, and set aside certain jars for Thanksgiving and Christmas. With the same intention, we can prepare dairy goodies to grace our table and spoil our loved ones. And we have the milk to do that, which is so much fun. All right, let's talk about some meals, some main dishes, and then side dishes. I feel like I am way better at cooking side dishes, and I have a lot more ideas for those, but I like to see a couple of the main dish ideas. If your holiday dinner needs a pick-me-up, you might serve a traditional Watergate salad or try something unexpected like cheesy garlic Brussels sprouts. I would choose the Brussels sprouts every time. There's some things, main dishes like lasagna, and clam chowder is one of my family's favorite on Christmas Eve. But the side dishes that we like to use, a cine de pepe salad. It's kind of like you use whipped cream and marshmallows. Au gratin potatoes is a classic, especially with ham. We like to use baked macaroni and cheese, and we also use it in the Instant Pot, not just baked, which makes it easier and still tastes delicious. Classic quiche Lorraine, creamed collard greens, creamed corn, all of the creamed things, right? We've got a lot of cream to use. Lasagna with lots of different cheeses, spinach gratin, Watergate salad, like I said before. And my personal favorite is just a fancy butter. Whipped butter, we like to add even strawberries and honey sometimes, cranberry, and if you haven't had a good herb butter, that is fantastic to add to any type of bread. And then one of our favorite family things to do that we use up all of our yogurt with is pancakes because we use it in our pancakes as well as in our syrup. And I'm never running short on yogurt. We make it every single week. So it makes me feel like I'm giving something healthy to my kids while we're eating pancakes and syrup. Alrighty, let's talk about desserts. The possibilities are endless. Our favorites to do every year, without a doubt, is fudge and caramel because they're the easiest to gift. We'll talk about that soon. But things that we just like to eat on our own, we're ice cream eaters, and obviously we have a lot of milk and cream, so we do that all the time. We like to make homemade hot fudge to go with our ice cream, which also requires butter and cream. Some others are baked custard and caramel sauce, cheesecake, chocolate mousse, creme brulee, flan, ice cream, fudges, pound cake, puddings, pumpkin pie, and trifles. I like the freshness of the trifle. All right, so let's talk about gifting. I like the easier gifts personally, but someone with a little bit more time might want the more complicated ones. We have some alcoholic ones, Irish cream liquor, white chocolate liquor, baked goods like cheesy bread or cream cheese filled anything. I think when you add cream cheese to it, it just makes it look like fancy, more gift like, because you could give a chocolate muffin, but with the cream cheese, it's that much better. Same with brownies. One of our favorites are traditional scones. They always look pretty, even when you're prepping them, you think it's going downhill, these look awful, and then you stick them in the oven and they look pretty. You can top them with frosting or add different things, and everybody likes a good scone. Some candy, like I said, caramels or fudge, those are really easy to gift. Some hot fudge sauce in a cute mason jar you could tie with a bow and put some cute fabric on it. And then some simple dairy ones. My favorite thing to give as a gift is just the fresh cream top milk. And I know my friends love it because they're always searching for milk and we don't sell ours, but they'll ask me, do you have any available? So giving it as a gift feels very personal and fun. Eggnog, and then flavored creamers is a fun one that I haven't tried, but I think that would also be a really good gift. Things like soft cheeses, farmer's cheese, feta, and fresh mozzarella, herb dip, or spinach and artichoke dip. Those are all things that are a little bit quicker. They don't take a lot of time, but I think would be a really fun gift. And I was thinking about how much sweet things we eat during the holidays. And I like the idea of getting spinach and artichoke dip. It's one of my favorite foods. And I think if somebody gave me that with some bread to go with it, it would be a nice break from all of the sweets. And it would be really fun. You could dress it up with the way that you package it and even deliver it warm. And I think anyone would be happy to get something like that. All right, these ones are going to require a little bit more planning, these gifts. And I am not a master of hard cheeses. It's intimidating to me, but to receive a gift like that, I think would mean so much because everybody knows how much time and effort and love goes into making those cheeses. It's something that we need to start thinking about now. If you're going to give hard cheeses and um, you're going to plan to do that even multiple for multiple people. It's something that you're going to be doing starting now. And if you don't want to do the hard prep and you're not ready to take it on like me, you could purchase the formaggio, which we have a link for or a code for at the end. And that's what I'm doing. I'm actually asking for it for Christmas because I am not ready to make hard cheese. I can make all the other ones, but I haven't decided to learn that yet. But like I said, it'd be one of my favorite gifts to get. So I want to learn to be able to give to other people. My particular favorite is Gouda, but Brie and Parmesan, all of those would be fantastic to give as a gift. Freeze dried is another really fun way to give gifts. And you could give cheese shreds or ice cream. And I think doing yogurt drops is the cutest gift for children. My kids love to eat yogurt drops. We make them often. And imagine just putting it in a little plastic bag with a bow on it, and they could give it to their friends or their cousins, or you could give it to your kids in their stockings. It would be a lot of fun. So we're going to try that one this year, the yogurt drops. And then the last really fun thing for gift giving that might take a little bit more prep or time on your side would be to give milking lessons. And I think this one is a lot of fun. We've had people actually ask us in our homeschool community and our friends and our neighbors, can I come see how your farm works, see how you milk and what you do and learn? And I think it would be so much fun to invite them, give them a gift card, print something fun out, include the milk that day that they milked themselves or that they learned how to milk, and let them take that home with them. And I think that would just be a really fun thing to do.
Can I ask you a question about the yogurt drops?
Yes.
I hadn't heard of that before, but it sounds great. Are they like chocolate chip size things or like what are they like?
Yes, so if you've ever seen, they actually sell them in the store pre-packaged, but obviously made with other ingredients that you don't always want to be giving to your kids. I used to buy them out of convenience, but we make ours like quarter size or less. I mean, I wish we were super, we had like a machine that did, they're a very variety of sizes, but we try to make them quarter sizes or less. And I usually blend up the yogurt with fruit. And then you just put them on like parchment paper or wax paper, put it in the freeze dryer, and then they come out as little drops. And you can stick them in a baggie. And as they eat them and suck on them, they just kind of dissolve, but they taste like that fruity yogurt. So,
Nice.
So I
yes.
make mine in the freeze dryer a little bigger than that. Mine are about the size of a $half.
Oh,
And
that's
I
a good
usually
idea.
will pull out like leftover jam that's in the fridge, along with the
Yeah.
yogurt that's in the fridge, and mix them together. And then just drop them by like the teaspoonful basically on the parchment paper.
That's a good idea, making them a little bigger. Might be a bigger snack. Like the smaller ones maybe for babies, but a bigger snack for adults or older kids.
Yeah, toddlers, preschoolers, or even
Yeah.
kids in their lunch, something like that. And then different colored jams, of course, make different colored yogurt drops,
Yeah,
which is really fun to have mixed.
that is fun. I like that a lot. All right, let's talk about shipping things. All of my family lives across the country, probably 2,000 miles or more. So we ship a lot. And as you know, with the post, it seems like it's just gone downhill and you have to be really careful about what you ship. But I think these things would ship well. I actually got in the mail a jar of apricot syrup from my grandma last week. And she just bubble wrapped the thing all the way around. And then she put it in a box with like bags, plastic bags, all the padding she could think, and it made it. So I thought I could do the same. I could send caramel sauce in a mason jar if I just make sure that I have tons of bubble wrap. Caramels would be a great thing to send. Cheesy bread, muffins, brownies, all those ones we talked about before. Freeze-dried stuff would be probably the easiest thing to send. It doesn't have like an expiration date. Fudges and soap. I thought soap would be such a fun one. Hot fudge sauce, kind of like the caramel sauce. You'd have to make sure you get a lot of bubble wrap going there. Or pound cake. Lasts a little bit longer than some other cakes that you could make. I think all of those would make for good shipping gifts.
My family's always asking for my homemade milk soap that I make with my Jersey milk. It's something that they can't buy for themselves.
Yeah,
So they really appreciate it when I send it to them. They call it the good soap. Do you have any of the good soap?
that's awesome. I love that. Okay, so this one's my favorite. Like I said in the beginning, I have a list going of what I want, and what I'll be asking for this year. And on my list is for sure the formaggio. I want to make cheese. I just don't have the patience or the time right now to learn how to make hard cheeses. So that's number one on my list. But any antique gifts are so much fun to give and receive. Antique butter press, milk bottles, a charcuterie board. I have been gifted to, and they are my favorite things in my kitchen to use. Not even just to display food, but I just use them and I love them. Everybody loves that. Cheese knife, cheese making books, cream separator, also on my list. I'm getting really tired of the separating and sifting my cream out. A cute cream pitcher. Like I said, the formaggio, that's on mine, and a gourmet ice cream scoop or ice cream maker, gift certificates to the New England Cheese Making Supply Company, an instant pot with the yogurt setting. I had an instant pot. I was using it for a while trying to do the yogurt on my own. It broke. I got a new one with the yogurt setting, and it does make a difference. It's just the one button. It's so much easier. Um, Another one would be the lifetime membership to PMJS. I wish someone had gifted that to me. What a great gift. A milking machine is an absolute yes. And then a professional photo session with your cattle. That is something we haven't done. We haven't taken a lot of photos with our cows. And so when somebody asks, I'm kind of like, oh, that's something that I don't ever think of, but it would be a really fun gift.
We did that for an anniversary one year, and I still love those photos. They're some of my favorites.
Yeah.
One thing that I got for Christmas last year that's not on your list was a milk warmer and frother. I think it holds like maybe
Ooh.
about a pint or so, and it comes with two different little pieces that you put in. One makes it froth milk, and one just stirs it without frothing it. So I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be for the adults in the family for coffee, but the children actually use it more than we do for hot chocolate.
Oh, good
That's
idea.
amazing. I love that. Yes, we make hot chocolate on the daily starting like in November, and that would be so helpful. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
I did get a
fantastic.
few years ago. I got it's like a little, they use them at, the coffee shops. It holds cream and it's got like a vacuum pressure kind of thing that
Yeah.
injects it and makes it foamy. So you get whipped cream from your heavy cream. I
Oh,
don't even know what
okay.
it's called, but it's pretty handy. I don't always remember to use it.
That's
It's,
awesome.
I don't
All
know.
good ideas. Well, thank you so much. A special thanks to our sponsors. I'm really excited about this. I was actually able to talk to the owner of Dr. Naylor on the phone, and one of the things he said to me is, we're just so small. And I love that because so are we. And aren't so many of the companies that are homesteading companies are small, and we're all just this one great community of small trying to help one another. So we love these products and use them. And it's easy animal products, Dr. Naylor, Harvest Host, and Synergy Animal Products. And there's codes that you can use to get discounts, 20% off for Harvest Host, Dr. Naylor's animal health products. Formaggio 10% discount, which is what I'll be using. Synergy animal products, $1 off select bottles, and then Easy Animal products. So you can get free shipping while also supporting our cause as well.
Yeah, our biggest sponsor today is Harvest Hosts. They have a big prize for us, and we'll do that drawing right
Yeah.
after this webinar.
Yes, I'm excited about that.
And I'd used Dr. Naylor's for years. I like those little mastitis cards. But when we
Mm.
started out, our cattle were mostly horn genetics. So I used Dr. Naylor's caustic paste to remove the horn buds on our calves at a day old.
Oh,
And
nice.
I still will keep a fresh bottle every year just in case I need it.
Yeah.
Just, sometimes things don't genetically work out like you want. And I trust those products because I've used them for almost 15 years. I'm excited about
Yeah.
the Harvest Host. I think I'm going to buy one of the memberships with the discount. And then
Yeah.
synergy products, we've talked about synergy in different webinars over the past couple of years because they've got products that we've all tried, we've all trusted. I
Mhm.
buy two of the gallon size of the fly swatter spray because it's safe and I can use it on my newborn calves that are born in the spring and summer and keep the flies off them without having to worry about it, harming
Mhm.
their gut bacteria or anything like that. So the synergy products, I'll definitely be using that code over the next year or so. And
Yeah.
then Easy Animal Products, I use that milk machine. That's the Utterly Easy, and I use the Ultimate. That has the two different size buckets, and they even have a wagon cart now, so you can haul your milk back from the barn really easily.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are all products that we love. Unfortunately, the Formaggio image didn't seem to load from our host site here, but I want that for Christmas too. I've been starting to drop very subtle hints like, "Oh, I don't have time to make cheese, honey."
Yes, but this will allow me to do it.
Only I had a
Yeah.
machine like the bread maker.
Yes, it's a good
So
one.
maybe we'll all get lucky this year, but
Yeah.
10% really makes a difference when the price
Yeah,
point is at about $700. So
it does.
that's
It really
probably going
does.
to be my only gift this year.
Yeah.
But thanks everyone for being here. Thank
Yeah.
you for presenting, Hannah. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I was excited.
And of course, there's lots of ways to get a hold of PMJS and to learn more about what makes a purebred mini Jersey purebred. There's lots of that information on our website. And then if you ever need to, you can just reach out through any of these and get a hold of Hannah or Sarah or any of the board, myself, Lorinda, you can reach us all over Facebook and social media because we're very accessible to make sure you guys get your questions answered. And I hope that everybody that's watching this has enough time to get some of these gifts prepared and be able to share them with your friends and family. I think that whole homestead movement of making and producing our own food needs to be extended to our friends and family, whether we sell them the items that we're producing to help support our homestead or we're just gifting them when the time is right. So think about these things not just for Thanksgiving and Christmas, but it could be helpful over Easter or any birthdays, any things like that where you want to have something a little special, a special touch. So thank you for being with us and happy holidays.